Hello, everybody, and a special welcome to Sam, who is the recipient of today's reading. He was one of the patrons who participated in the monthly lottery draw that I have on my channel every month. And so, if you're interested in joining the next one, I recommend that you do so by visiting my website, my brand new website. You can find the link in the description. It's amaliatarot.com. And it all happens through PayPal. So if you pledge for the next month's lottery, on my website, it actually goes through PayPal. But for now, you can also do it on Patreon, because I'm still on Patreon as well. It's up to you which method you want to choose. And without any further ado, let's jump into Sam's reading. So, Sam has been going through a difficult time. They didn't ask for a specific reading. They didn't let me know which reading type or what question they had on their mind. But I know that Sam's been struggling with a few things lately. Some health concerns. So, Sam, before we start this reading together, you and me and everybody else who's watching, I would like to send you a little bit of energy. So, anybody who's watching this video, I would like to ask you to slow down with me, with us. Slow down a little bit. Arrive in this meditative space. And allow some good intentions to arise for this reading. I would like you to notice your heart area. It's always been there. It's always going to be there. But sometimes we forget that we have a heart. And now, I would like you to direct some conscious attention to this area. A warm orange glow. Becoming bigger and bigger, more and more intense, but in a very pleasant way, radiating this warmth and acceptance. And I would like to ask you, those who are watching, to direct this warm energy towards Sam. Imagine it traveling across the ocean, over the mountains and lakes, the deserts of this earth. And see in your mind's eye as it reaches Sam this healing energy that arises from our conscious attention to the heart. Sam, we are sending you this positive, supportive, warm energy. And we're all here rooting for you. We're all sending you this positive energy. And you can do with it and use it in whatever way you feel is fit to your situation. And I hope you can feel that it strengthens you and elevates your spirit. And we're all slowing down, breathing in and out, observing this orange, glowing, radiating light traveling across the globe, connecting us all. And this is going to be the center of our reading. This is from which the reading is going to flow. So, Sam, I'm going to start by picking one card that is going to represent you. This is going to be a freestyle reading. I feel like this more organic reading type is well suited for our reading. So, just one card that represents you in the here and now, your energy right now. Okay. Let me search for a card that is going to explain to us what's happening externally, the things that are contributing in a positive way to your self-improvement. So we're looking for external influencing factors that play a positive role. And now I would like to identify the ones that are destructive, that have a debilitating effect or that form an obstacle in your way. Okay. And next, I would like to pick a card to speak to what's coming on, what's coming in, what sort of energies are coming in the near future. And how you can contribute to the unfolding of this process that we're describing here in a positive manner. Okay, so this is your contribution. This is basically I would say this is the advice card in this reading. Okay. So your energy right now, the Page of Pentacles. Is it in reversed? I'm not sure yet. Your contribution would be Judgment. Positive external factors, 9 of Wands. And the negative, Ace of Wands. Okay. Okay. And the influences coming in the near future, we have the Queen of Cups, so that's great. Okay. So, your current energy is the Page of Pentacles. Pentacles represent the material, and pages represent the role of the student. So the Page of Pentacles is someone who's learning about how things work in a practical sense. And since Pentacles also represent the body, this could also indicate you learning about the human body, you learning about certain health practices that you haven't studied before. At any rate, the Page of Pentacles has a great sense of openness to practical solutions. So your mindset is very constructive and very absorbent. So you, at this stage of your journey, are incredibly open to constructive guidance and instructions and advice coming from people who are knowledgeable in the earthy realm. And the pentacles also correspond to the ability to manage, material things. So in a reading that is more geared towards, figuring out what your next step should be in your career, the Page of Pentacles would be the openness to learning a new skill. So perhaps it's worth thinking about this card as you acquiring a new skill in the realm of Earth. Let's look at the external contributing factors. We have fire. Both of these cards, Wands, Ace of Wands, Nine of Wands, they both are fiery. They both are action oriented. So there are two ways that you are incentivized by your environment. Two different viewpoints, basically. Two very different perspectives on what you should do and how you should do it. And there's a correct way and there's an incorrect way. And since they are both fire cards, the difference, I think, is very tangible. The first card, the positive contributing factors from the external, which could be your environment, your people around you, the expectations that are placed upon you, the circumstances of your life right now. And we have the Nine of Wands here. So this is what the right direction would be. And the Nine of Wands is about being cautious. So in your actions, the Nine of Wands is suggesting that there should be a flavor of self-preservation and a little bit of defensiveness. That's not always a good thing, but sometimes we need to be very careful and very conscious of how we manage our energy. And the Nine of Wands is about guarding the fire within. It's about guarding your energy, making sure that you're not wasting it, that you're not getting involved with things that just extract from you, that only take from you, and are not fulfilling, not refilling your batteries. So the Nine of Wands is asking you to think twice before you give your time and energy to something under these circumstances. And in terms of health, the Nine of Wands would represent the immune system. So a strong immune system is capable of eliminating threats in a successful and efficient way. And it's all about being discerning, being able to tell the difference between an external influence that is harmful and the one that is constructive and helpful. So making those distinctions and basing your action plan on these carefully made observations is going to make all the difference. So strengthening your immune system, perhaps literally, not only figuratively in the spirit realm, but actually making sure that you're focusing your energy on keeping your body's defensive systems intact. It's definitely a good idea. And just being very selective about how you spend your energy. What sort of things do you allow to get into an interaction with your energetic field? The Ace of Wands, on the other hand, and this is the external factors that are forming an obstacle of some kind, or more harmful. And the Ace of Wands is pretty much the opposite of the Nine of Wands, because it's about letting things go, having fun, allowing these creative impulses to take over, and it's just being larger than life. That's how I always imagine the Ace of Wands. It's this big bundle of fiery energy that can pretty quickly turn into a forest fire if you're not careful. And so the Ace of Wands would be the attitude of, I have more than enough energy to go with. I can do this, I can do that, I can go to this party, that wedding, I can start this project, and I can start reading this book. And so it's about not streamlining your energy, allowing it to run wild. And that's something that, since these are external factors, these could be the two different directions in which you're pulled. So the fear of missing out, I think, with the Ace of Wands could be pretty strong, because there might be some things going on the outside world that are calling to you, like the sirens. They are incentivizing you to leave your comfort zone, which would be represented by the Nine of Wands, and they would try to lure you out. And sometimes it's hard to say no to these colorful and exciting new things that life is offering to us. But I think your priority right now should be this self-protective system. And you could spread yourself really thin really fast if you followed the Ace of Wands instructions. So the tarot is basically saying, don't do that. The future influences are represented by the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups represents emotional healing. So the Queen of Cups would be this loving mother figure who wants to give her heart to you, who wants to embrace you and nurture you and understand you and support you. Cups represent the water element, our emotions. And the Queen of Cups is this female, feminine version of this water energy. So although she's mature, she's reliable, and she's regal to a sense. So she's royalty. She's an authority of some kind. She's still very accepting, very loving, and very nurturing. So she's someone that you can trust. And the future holds this energy for you, this energy of emotional healing and emotional support from your environment. Perhaps it's one person who's going to embody the energy of the Queen of Cups for you, or a multitude of people, a group of people perhaps. At any rate, the Queen of Cups is revealing a future in which you are receiving more emotional support. And in order to be able to enjoy that, you need to not get distracted by these impulses that the Ace of Wands represents, I think. So sitting still and becoming calm and centered and relaxed within yourself is going to allow for this Queen of Cups to manifest and to provide you with the emotional healing that you need. So it's more focused, turned towards your emotions. And actually the advice card itself, Judgment, is asking you to slowly, with lots of care and the patience, turning your attention to some past trauma that is still lingering in your emotional body. As you can see in the Judgment card, it's this angel calling the dead with her trumpet. So it's the scene is about the old, forgotten, buried emotions and memories coming to the surface. It's like, there's this saying, skeletons in your closet. So it could be a little bit like that, facing these emotions and difficult memories that have been swept under the rug for a long time. And so facing them, interacting with them, and working through them. So when it comes to trauma, sometimes it's not even the cause or the circumstances or the situation itself that's important, but rather the feeling, the traces of the trauma that we still carry within us and that we are not able to process. And so right now your situation is ripe and ready to start working with these important layers of your awareness that haven't been touched for a long time. And so the Queen of Cups is going to provide you with the necessary emotional support to be able to work through these emotions. But in order to get to that headspace and to allow for that miracle to happen, you need to make a choice to sit still for a little bit and not get distracted by the Ace of Wands madness that might be going on around you. I definitely see that the universe is trying to nudge you a little bit to poke at you a little bit with all of these very attractive and exciting opportunities that are showing up around you. They might not have a lot of substance to them, so it's not necessarily, it's not something that you can build upon, but they are like shiny and glowy and interesting and colorful. So they're kind of like, they just grab your attention and you want to run towards them, but you need to resist the urge and slow down a bit and allow for this part of your healing to happen. So I hope that you enjoy this reading, Sam, and everybody else who decided to watch this video. Thank you all for participating, and I hope to see you in another